All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Crypto Wolf back again. And I'm gonna do like a little hybrid video today. It's gonna be part trading psychology a little bit, and we're gonna do a little analysis on top of that as well. Hope you enjoyed the little thumbnail there. That was kind of fun to make. I'm a big fan of roller coasters, and what is Bitcoin other than just a freaking emotional roller coaster as it is anyway? So learn to love it. Real quick quote of the day: life's too short not to do exactly what you want when you have the chance. The only thing between a good thought and a good memory is just to go full send it. Just go for it. Just do it. The whole Nike slogan, believe me, it's better off to have, tried something or did something, within reason. I'm not talking about doing bad stuff necessarily, but, to do something and be like, oh, you fell on your face. It's all right. You get back up, dust yourself off, learn a little lesson, come back for it next time. Better that than to look back and say, damn, I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd done that. I regret not doing this. I regret not going up and introducing myself to whoever. I mean, believe me, life's too short for all that nonsense. So, turn the music on here a little bit, even though it's going to be a little more talking than usual per se. But real quick, just, to look up at the chart here, just wanted to give you a little update. I saw this earlier during the day. We had a little bit of bullish divergence on the VWAP going on over here, Bitcoin. This is actually the 8-minute, which just happened to have it on. It works for this too. I think I actually drew this on the 12. Yeah, drew this over here on the 12-minute, but big difference over here on the price. Had a little bullish divergence going on in the VWAP. Gave us a little upswing, after that drop. Now, I wasn't expecting anything big out of that. Remember, the most important part, money flow rules them all. Money flow was going down, so even with this little divergence we had right there, don't put all your hopes and dreams into it. It's just, it's just a little rebound, little scalp, if you will. So, something to keep an eye on while it was happening. Now, over here on the momentum waves, we had the bigger one, which is a little bit more of the trend itself. And we did have the VWAP continue to the upside. So continue to bullish divergence on the VWAP while we got it on the momentum wave right there. And we're seeing how it plays out right now. Money flow is starting to head back up. So keep an eye on that one. I know the last time I actually looked at the chart was like right in here. And it looks like we've been pushing up a little bit after that little bit of a pullback, which higher lows right there. Always nice. Momentum continuing to the upside, money flow to the upside. VWAP starting to kind of roll sideways a little bit, not a huge deal, but RSI still heading up, a little bit of split. Too early to really to say too much about that split. Up here on the 24-minute, nice and tight together. Look at that VWAP still just trending to the upside. Couple nice little jet ski bounces off the zero line right there. Money flow coming up, getting close to zero as well. So, not looking too terrible. We could see it continue upward through the night. If you wanted to see, I stretched out the Gann square that we have from the previous video. Still have the same support resistance levels. We were bouncing off this one for a little bit before breaking through. Kind of ranged within these two for a little bit before coming up above it. And then crashing right back through all of them. Interestingly enough, we kind of followed this general angle here of the Gann fan line. Kind of interesting. Got up to this outer ring. Started to head back down a little bit. We were going up. Hit the high on that little trend. Started coming down. Bouncing right around that little intersection before just plunging through. Finding resistance on the bottom side of it. Now we finally crossed back into the ring world over there. So we'll see what happens. Almost came back down to that golden pocket. The super big bull market golden pocket right there. Very important level. So hopefully we'll hold above. I'll come back to the chart here in a minute. But for the moment, talk about this little topic real quick. So if you haven't watched any of the trading psychology videos before this one, those ones I didn't do so much chart analysis on them, but talked about some really good topics that, you know, I'd learned from some other people that I've been not necessarily watching, but stuff that I came across. And this one is just something that popped into my head because I was talking about it with somebody at work, because I got a guy who, you know, is into like stocks and ETFs and stuff at work that's always asking me to bounce ideas off me or give him a overview of the market, check out Market Cipher real quick, give him an idea where I think things are going and all that good stuff. And, you know, with everything basically acting like a bear market lately, you know, a lot of things have been going down. You know, obviously had some crazy volatility going on with crypto, as well as, you know, regular S&P and all that stuff, just not even counting what's going on in the world. But, you know, people would normally ask me, like, why am I so happy about a bear market, or why am I happy during the time of all this stuff just going completely haywire? And I mean, to be honest with you, first thing is, it took a long time to learn that, you know what, getting stressed out is a terrible way to live. I mean, I've been through absolute craziness, you know, everything from what you might call like a rock bottom type deal to, you know, being on top of the world kind of thing. And, you know, one thing you learn along the way is life is certainly better when you're happy, when you are enjoying yourself, you know, when you're smiling, when you're joking. And you don't have to be rich to do it. Obviously, it's a little harder when you're poor because you got a lot more things that are stressing you the F out. But at the end of the day, you know, having positive people around you, people that you can kind of joke around with and just laugh and be happy with, is obviously, it's a big one. People feed off of that energy. And so if nothing else, I mean, you know, be that person yourself that is just infectious with that positive energy, those vibes that people can feed off of. And not only will you feel better and be happier, but the people around you will kind of catch on to that, and that'll also bounce it back to you even when you're not necessarily in a great mood, or you're just kind of dragging ass for the day. But aside from that, it's kind of the yin and the yang of it. You know, you have happy and sad, and without, you know, if you'd gone through your life and never felt sadness, you would have no appreciation for happiness. If you were just perma happy 24/7 forever, never had a single bad thing happen to you, you wouldn't know that there was anything different. You know, it would just be normal. It would just be, you know, life. And it's not really until you experience both sides of the coin that you gain an appreciation for the better side. You know, same thing with, you know, how would you appreciate pleasure had you never felt pain? You know, if you never cut yourself or skinned your knee as a kid or broke a bone or something like that, you know, you wouldn't have that respect for the fact that, you know, your body can get messed up. And so that in itself is a lesson. That's your, you know, your body's way of sending signals to the brain telling you, hey, don't do that shit, you're gonna get hurt and it's gonna mess you up or you could die. But at the same time, you know, it's that the yin and the yang thing, because, you know, if you never had your heart broke, you may not have that appreciation for being with somebody that you're in love with that feels the same way about you, and, you know, being like, oh, this is awesome, this is the greatest feeling in the world, because, you know, you've been there in the bad relationships, and it's just so much better to have a great relationship, maybe. And the same thing kind of goes into trading. You know, if, you know, everybody wants it to be a permanent bull market, everybody just wants to see green candles 24/7. Understandable. Hey, I get it. You know, life seems beautiful when you're in a bull market. Everything's going up. People are pumped. Everybody on YouTube's just happy as can be. But, you know, if all it ever did was green candles on a weekly chart, I mean, you wouldn't have the same love for crypto or other things that you might have right now, because it's that volatility that makes it exciting and that gives you something to trade. I mean, if it was just constantly going up, how much would it really even be there to trade? It'd basically just be, okay, you buy in and it appreciates, and you say, okay, well, it's going up, you know, 3% per year. like clockwork and never does anything else. You just kind of set it and forget it. I mean, I doubt people would even be doing anything with leverage all that much or anything, because, you know, it's just everybody would be going long constantly. Who's really selling all that much? And so, you know, without the red candles, the green candles don't really mean that much. It wouldn't be very exciting. You know, without the downtrends to the uptrend to down to up, there'd be no sport in it, if you will. And we wouldn't have the same appreciation. I mean, a lot of people, yeah, they trade S&P 500, and you look on a longer time frame chart where it was just constant up for a long time. I mean, even like me, when we're talking about you know, longer term assets or whatever, it was just kind of, yeah, buy it, let it sit, and we'll check back next year. Didn't really care about it. And the reason so many people are just die-hard traders on cryptos, because, you know, we love the volatility. We love those ups and downs. You know, we love the parabolic spikes. If you're big on shorts, you'll love these crazy dips and crashes. You know, that's what we're here for. And so it's the same thing with everything in life. It's, you know, it's that yin and the yang thing again. But at the end of the day, you know, regardless what's going on, even if, you know, you're hodling, you're just a spot trader, or, you know, if you are doing day trading or whatever it might be, and you're looking at the overall market and you're seeing just this red little roller coaster to the bottom over here, I know a lot of people can get discouraged, especially as we had the Terra Luna situation going on. And, you know, I get a lot of people lost money on that one. Obviously, if you lost any significant amount of money on that one, it's going to be hard to kick yourself in the ass and pick your chin back up. I get it. I mean, luckily, I really didn't lose too much, so I don't even care. I just left it sitting there. By the time I thought about buying more, I was like, damn, this thing already skyrocketed. I'm like, I'll wait. But, you know, regardless which way the market's going, you know, life's too short to stress out about it, to constantly look at your portfolio, seeing how much, oh shit, it went down more. Oh shit, it went down more. Oh my gosh, I only have this amount in there. Like, you know, if everything's going down, don't check it. I mean, what's it going to change? The only thing it's going to change is your mentality, your attitude. And if you are trading and hodling and you're getting discouraged by seeing your portfolio go down in value, you know, how's that going to affect your trading? It's going to, you know, affect the bias you have going into it, because you're going to be thinking about how much you've been losing, and maybe it's going to push you to make some bad decisions in your trades. So keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, I mean, I know I keep saying it, but life is too short to be stressed out, to be angry all the time. And I get there's a lot of legitimate reasons to be mad, to be sad, to be angry, to be resentful and all that stuff, but is it helping you? Is it making you feel better? I mean, I know I've been there. Shit. Definitely been there. Definitely been bummed out. Maybe start feeling depressed about whatever it might be. Like at this point, like just a little bit about myself. I moved across the country a few years ago, and then it was like right before all the Cove stuff, and you know, I end up going a little bit where it's like, all right, well, there's nothing really to do. Not really meeting people outside of maybe like a couple neighbors here and there and stuff who are luckily cool. But I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Since all this is going on, like, how can I best use this situation? And I figure, well, the best thing I could do is try to better myself, to keep working toward my goals, to, you know, improve the skills that I'm trying to work on, and work toward a more successful future, whether it be, you know, through trading or through, you know, programming or whatever it might be. And granted, I got a problem where I always got my you know, my fingers in too many pies, where I'm always working on just too much different stuff. So I finally looked down, I'm like, all right, I tried to scale it down a little bit and just try not to get frustrated, try not to worry about, you know, not really having as many people around as I used to, you know, being on the other side of the friggin' continent. But, you know, it's all right. Regardless, you being happy is your own decision. Like, nobody else has control over whether you feel good or you feel bad. Not the market, not Luna, not UST, you know, not other YouTubers, not people in the comments section, you know, not even your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, or your dog. At the end of the day, no, unless they are sticking electrodes into your brain and controlling the friggin' signals inside your brain, nobody else has control over how you feel than you. So, you know, mind over matter. If you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, then you got to do something about it. And, you know, just be careful putting all your hope into something that is not you, whether it be people, whether it be, you know, Bitcoin. You know, if you invest all of your emotional capital into a crypto or a stock, you know, whether it be Tesla or Bitcoin or gold or oil or whatever it might be, or if it's into a girlfriend or, you know, into a dog or cat, or if it's, you know, into a brother or sister, at the end of the day, you don't have control over those things. So you are pinning a great deal of yourself onto an external factor, and shit happens. You know, you might have a blow up with somebody, you get into it with a girlfriend or sibling or something like that, and you end up not talking for a little bit. You know, especially with the relationship thing, a lot of people just put way too much of themselves on the line. Now, it doesn't mean you have to act any differently toward them, but, you know, just realize that, sorry to say it, but at the end of the day, nobody, you know, you can't trust anybody like you trust yourself. Nobody's going to pay you like you pay yourself. Nobody's going to love you like you love yourself. And, you know, plenty of people, breakups, divorces, all that stuff. I'm not saying to hold people at a distance, you know, keeping them back with a 6-foot social distancing pole. But, you know, you got to guard yourself a little bit. You know, you can't leave yourself vulnerable to the whims of anything else. If Bitcoin crashes and goes to zero, I mean, there's no excuse for that to absolutely ruin you. I mean, it might ruin you financially if you're, you know, not diversified enough, but it should not psychologically throw you in the nut house. So another good reason to diversify a little bit, because let's face it, I mean, none of this stuff is set in stone. Not the stock market, not the S&P, not Bitcoin, not gold, not any of it. I mean, it could all go away, and it really wouldn't take that much to do it either. I mean, you get a powerful enough solar flare and CME coming after it, you know, couple that with the coronal hole stream and all that, get a triple whammy. Boom. Goodbye, financial system. So, you know, be self-reliant, and not even necessarily just talking about, you know, food and ammo and all that good stuff. I mean, psychologically, being self-reliant is probably the most important thing you can absolutely do. You know, don't want to wake up somewhere, find out maybe your girlfriend was seeing somebody behind your back and it absolutely crushes you and you want to kill yourself. Nah. Shouldn't happen. Doesn't mean you got to go spying on everybody, keeping tabs on anybody, and don't do all that. But just be comfortable with yourself and do what you have to do to be comfortable with yourself. If that means, you know, working on yourself psychologically to be more confident, to be more self-assured, to have a better self-image, absolutely do that, because if nothing else, things around you will change when you do that. You know, when you become more confident, more self-assured, and have better self-esteem, it's just, you give off that energy and just, you'd be surprised. It's, you know, shit gets different a little bit. You know, just the way people approach you, people talk to you, you meet people, all that stuff. It's the universe is works in mysterious ways, if you will, as does God. But all right, I think I preached enough a little bit. Let me know what you thought. What's your opinion on that? At the end of the day, you know, whether we're in a bull market or a bear market, you know, particularly if you're a trader, it really doesn't matter. I mean, you know, you're going to adjust your strategy a little bit depending on, you know, the macro trends and trend is your friend and all that good stuff. But, you know, if you're trading, you could trade it bull ways, bear ways, crab ways. And that's just that. You know, you don't have to get sad and depressed just because we got a lot of red candles. And it will also help for your state of mind, your psychological and emotional well-being. Now, it's not to say, you know, you don't have to invest or hodl in it or anything like that, but, you know, if you keep the two separate, you might be like, oh shit, okay, well, you know, the Bitcoin on my Ledger, you know, hardware wallet went down, you know, 50-60%, but that's all right. You know what? I'm going to refocus, redouble, and I'm going to try to hit some nice trades, and we're going to make up for it, and it'll be all right. And then when it goes back up, hey, just the more money for me. So stay positive for sure. But all right, just finish up real quick looking at the charts. Hop out on the weekly real quick. Here we have more red candles on the weekly. I forget where we left off. Probably on this last candle. I don't think I did a video since we got the new candle here. And looking where we're at, we still have the money flow going down. Going down into the red right there. RSI, you know, clipping a little bit, but still basically going down. This one was going sideways, dipped back down a tiny bit here. You know, VWAP still heading up, so we'll see. Basically, that's just sideways action is what that's equating to at the moment. You know, momentum wave clipping a little bit, but still basically going down. So come down to the 5-day. What do we have on the 5-day? Going down on the money flow. RSI's coming back together a little sideways, but kind of call it a little downish. You know, more downish than uppish, but you know, VWAP getting close to potentially coming back above zero. We'll see what happens. The money flow not looking good right there on the 5-day. So down to the 3-day now, you know, money flow is starting to come up a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that. You know, VWAP did pop up, but it's not going up very strong. We had a nice, you know, angle right there, but now we're clipping off to this side. So lost a little bit of strength right there, but you know, momentum down at the bottom of the wave. Hopefully it does come back up. A little early to tell right now. 2-day. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. You know, VWAP kind of getting pulled back down by gravity a little bit. And the daily looking kind of rough. You know, money flow still heading down, getting deeper into the red. If it's a little hard to see on here, but if you look between the two momentum waves, you know, getting a little bit of choppiness in there. Whereas, you know, right here you have two fairly parallel sides, you know, on the between the leading and the lagging, getting a little bit of choppiness right there, which is basically just, you know, that action. Ooh, didn't see that. Look at that. VWAP possibly looking like it's going to cross back to the downside. That could be bad. Coupled with that money flow coming down, that could be rough. That could be a little rejection on that momentum wave right there. Gonna keep an eye out for that one. Let's skip to the 6. What do we got on the 6 hours? So actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hide that square. There we go. While I'm at it. Get rid of that. Kind of want to leave that one. Get rid of that. All right, we'll stick with that for the time being. What do we got here? So money flow did drag out sideways for a bit, finally came down. Now we're heading back up. So that could potentially be good. You know, we did run out of juice right here on the RSI as we were, I hesitate to say going up, but you know, this was kind of the relief from the big downtrend. And even while we had that relief, we were getting weakness over here. Then turn back to the downside. RSIs came together really, really fast. Let me see. I can show you this one a little better. Look at that. You know, after all this sloppy sideways action right there, that is really quick from being this spread apart to coming back together real fast like that. That's definitely some downward strength. Now, you know, to put that in perspective, you know, money flow probably just have another bump at the least. You know, at the least the money flow will have like, you know, one more little wave, one more lobe. You know, just how you have this one. You know, maybe we'll get one more right there, provided that we do continue to the upside. We shall see. Momentum coming down. 4 hour. That's not a bad song at all. Momentum waves. Big trend to the upside. You know, had this little thing going on before finally breaking up out of it. Money flow in the green, but it's low. Man, I was listening to this like a year ago. What the hell is this? It's a cartoon. Sounds like cartoon. Look at that. Did a complete flip over right there. Looks like getting some big split to the downside. So it looks like as soon as it starts going somewhere, it's running out of gas. Which is kind of interesting. You can see that, you know, already getting big split on the RSI right there. So it was like, as it came up, ran out of gas, came down, bounced, ran out of gas, came down, ran out of gas, came up, ran out of gas. Basically what that tells me is there's just no strength in the market right now. Just, it's like everybody just got their ass beat on that big crash to the downside, and nobody's ready to pull themselves back up off the ground just yet. But they're still breathing. They're still breathing. We got a heartbeat. I come down on the 1 hour. VWAP working its way back up. Looks like potentially another crossover going right there. You know, still in the green on the money flow, but like big gap of weakness right there. Came down pretty freaking quick right there. We'll see if we get another third hump out of that, maybe. Maybe be nice to see it just keep continuing, because it looked like we had a little bit going earlier today. You know, I had a little bit of an uptrend going today. Actually, matter of fact, Sunday evening through Monday morning before we, you know, completely erased it all right here. So we'll see if we can get some more of that strength going. But right now it seems like, you know, as people are pumping the price up, it reaches this, you know, big resistance area up here, and just hit the button, send it. Once you get back down to the support area, all right, start pumping it back up a little bit. And one thing you notice just looking at this that should jump out at you pretty obviously, and this is generally the case as well, but you know, take some time building it up, come down. Take some time building it up, come down. You know, same thing. Had a little bit of a spike right there, but then just kind of petered out sideways afterward for a minute. And this one took, you know, all weekend through Monday morning building up, just straight down. So, you know, just be careful. The pullbacks can happen, I say fast, but relatively fast, you know, considering this is the hourly chart. But I guess real quick, see what's going on. Oh, you know, just to talk about it, Phantom's been kind of doing a little something over the weekend and for a little while lately, honestly. I mean, it pulled back a little bit with everybody else, but you know, just from this consolidation range over here, I mean, it worked itself up to fucking 68%. So nice big green money flow right there. So, you know, it's been showing its nuts a little bit. Whoops, screwing up my zoom. Let's see, Ethereum Classic I saw was doing a little something earlier too, but looks like it pretty much erased all that. Yeah, just this little pump here is nice, 15-16%. Luna putting in a 10. What was it from down here? 130%. You know, at this point, I heard somebody say that at this point, Luna has reached like a meme coin kind of position. They're probably right. At this point, it's the black sheep. You know, it's the ugly duckling nobody wants to get caught holding. But at the same time, you know, the price is so super low. While it also does have a very, you know, a big brand, a big name, like especially after the crash, like everybody knows about it. And just the fact that so many people know about it, you know, if it starts, you know, making moves down here in the super low digits, people are going to jump on it like it's a, you know, a Shiba Inu or friggin', you know, whatever that Elon token was. But I would not, you know, I saw a few people that were going in and dropping big money on like trying to buy the bottom and got a little disappointed. So I don't know if I wouldn't put any super long-term hopes in it. At the same time, I mean, if you think they have the potential to bounce back, you know, even if it takes a couple years or something, I mean, what's it going to hurt to buy 20, 30, 50 bucks worth and just, you know, throw it to the side? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, BNB got a little thing going. Loop Ring had a little bit of a loop. Staying true to its name. This is Alpha. That's 16% pump going right now. As the money flow comes down, sketchy. But alright, I'm going to leave it at that. Say what's up in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. What'd you think? What's your opinion on the subject of, you know, being happy in a bear market? I mean, obviously there's the, you know, the reason of everything's cheaper. So if you're looking to buy, now's the time. But aside from that, you know, when you see everybody else, you know, seeing the fear, freaking out, getting depressed because their portfolio is going down, you know, a lot of the money, the energy, the excitement kind of drifts out of the market. You know, how do you feel about it? Where's your mentality at? in regards to where we're at. Let me know, and remember, you know, life's too short to be stressing out, to be unhappy, to be depressed. Go live it up. Whatever you've been wanting to do with, you know, if you can do it, go do it. You know, if there's a hot girl in your neighborhood and you see her walking the dog and you just haven't had it in you to go up and say hi, you know, look yourself in the mirror, stick your chest out, chin up, go out there and just don't rehearse lines, don't do anything, just be natural, be yourself, be cool. Just say, hey, how are you doing today? That's it. That's all I gotta do. And just let it flow. That, and the more you do it, the more you get used to it. Next thing you know, you could be anywhere, striking up conversations with random people every single place you go. And believe me, it ends up being kind of fun. And people are cool. I've been on trips, work trips, all that kind of stuff out by myself, and end up finding people to go tag along with that never met before a day in my life. So it's a decent skill to have. As you can tell, I talk a little bit too much as it is. So I have no problem talking to people. But didn't always used to be the case. Used to be shy myself. So just remember, be a badass. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.